Yes, we are back. Back again in Train Sim Classic. Back again on our quest to get from initially from Penzance to Mallaig. But last time we started the Glasgow to Mallaig route, where we did Glasgow to Rannoch, which is where we are here. This time in part 2, because it follows part 1, we're going to be doing Rannoch to Mallaig via Corowa and some other places. We'll go through that in a minute. If you're watching this on YouTube, then hello. This going out on a Wednesday, because that's when it's going out. Other things are on other days. I know. There'll be a link in the description below to where you can get this route for Train Sim Classic. Well, it will show you what bits you need to do this route for Train Sim Classic. There'll also be a link down there to my Twitch page as well, where you can watch me live on the Twitchy doing the train thing a couple of times a week. So yes, Trent started with happy birthday exclamation mark bracket. Thank you, Trent, I think, and thank you, Stokey, and thank you for the bits, Trent. So yes, we'll open the doors, let the passengers in. Cheers, CN. So yes, we got as far as Rannoch. So we've got Corowa, Tulloch, Roy Bridge, Spean Bridge, Roy's cousin, Fort William, Bannervie, Corpac, Lochel, Glenfinnan, so over the Harry Potter viaduct thing there, Alsaig, Morar, and then Mallaig. So 2 hours 20 minutes roughly from here. Thank you, Larwood. You did not allow the passengers to board the train at Rannoch, but well, there wasn't any. You can't blame me for that. Well, you can, but well, just don't. Right, off we go then towards Corowa. One of those places that I do actually want to visit. Is my window? Oh yeah, the window's still open. Really enjoyed part 1. Well, it's not that, it's route. There you go. Apart from the slight, mishap at the beginning, which was my fault. So 7 miles to Corowa. And making our way to Mallaig. I tried to find a route that left there and made the return, but couldn't find anything. How's one's day been? Very nice and chilled. Have I been breaking stuff again? No. Never break anything, me. Yeah. West High and Light Extension. Yeah, I know. I've only got one. All the scenarios in the career mode head north and not south. And I've only got one scenario in standard mode. I couldn't find anything going south. So yeah, started my day with a rather wonderful drive from here down to New Forest. Left here in the dark, arrived there just as the sun was up. Bit of a wander around the New Forest, which is rather pleasant. And then a drive back, and then a few hours chilling out this afternoon. Finally, he gets it right. Hello there. It's only taken you all week to do that. No, only because it's my birthday. Oh, I see. So have you been doing it wrong on purpose? Is that a thing now? Are you just doing it to annoy me? Because I totally understand if that was the case, and it would be extremely justified. Okay, that's a bit of an uphill section then. I don't think we're going to hit the 40 before we get to the 50. Well, certainly not going to hit the 40 before we get to the 50. And then we got a 60. That's not going to happen. That's definitely not going to happen. Welcome to my world. Won't you come on in? There's some lyrics. So yes, it's a case of knowing what we do when we get to Mallaig. Part of me is tempted to, you know, turn around and come back again. But obviously in different trains. Because I've really enjoyed doing the whole journey, apart from the 15 trips to Didcot. It's been really enjoyable doing the whole journey north. We said this the other day, but I should imagine this line in the summer is stunning. You know, it's a representation here in Train Sim. This is one they need to do in Train Sim World, isn't it? Not the whole thing, maybe, but they could do a bit of it. Oh, I should imagine, yeah, it's stunning in the winter. It's the meet up in Didcot, indeed. I'll be driving past it on Saturday. I was sort of near it today. Hi, Craig. Yeah, it's quite quiet in it. Oh, no. A couple of people here. I think we're flat out 49.8 miles an hour. No, the cooling towers have gone at Didcot now. It's a housing estate now. So we're due at Carrara at 11:20, which is sort of, well, now. So that isn't going to happen. ETA 11:24. The one good thing at Didcot. Well, yeah. Hi, Sim Hub. Day's going good. Very nice, chilled day. I haven't had any cake though. What am I slowing down for? Oh, because you've got a 50 coming up. I thought there's a reason I'm slowing down. Why am I doing that? And we're going down into a dip. How does it feel being 24, no older than 23? I feel no different to as I did yesterday. Apart from when I was trying to leap over a brook full of water this morning in the New Forest, that was a challenge. Well, several of them, because it was a bit waterlogged where I was aiming for. I bet people, you know, there's a couple of people wandering around with their dogs and stuff, because it happens down there. And there's me just heading towards a clump of trees. It's like, I must have thought, where the hell's that guy going? What rave am I going to tonight? Yeah, with all the fresh air I had today, it won't be a late night for me tonight, surprisingly. Alright, back off the power a little bit. 2 miles to go. I'm looking forward to seeing the clown trousers tomorrow. They're doing a dogging thing in the woods. No one around, they closed the car park. So I pulled off the little track to drive down to the car park and already parking. It was closed off. Oh. Unless that's why they closed it. Right, approaching Carrara. You can stay here. There's a hotel and I don't know if it's a pub or just a hotel place. But you can actually stay at the station. Just imagine that'd be quite a cool thing to do. Very remote. I think you can only get there by train as well, or walk, obviously. It's quite a length of, it's like 7 miles a single track. They knew it was coming. I bet they baked a cake. Well, yeah, would have been nice, bit of birthday cake. Was Fred in the New Forest? No, didn't see him. Okay, into Corral, about 4 minutes late. And then we got Roy Bridge. And for those that are new, I will give a brief explanation of Roy Bridge. My milkshake brings all the boys to the forest. I think that's quite how it goes. Right, in we come. Forest or forest? The one with the trees. Connor. Right, into Quran. To go run, Forest run. No, not quite. We have arrived. It will then tell me I didn't pick up any passengers because I'm running late. But you know, doors are open. No one's getting on or off. But you know. That's the thumbnail sorted. So much thought, so much effort goes into those. Where's the signal box we can stay? Yeah, here. There. It's like 2 cottages below the signal box. The signal box is like turned into a bit of a lounge. So you can go up and sit. I imagine, look, with just these views around, I imagine that's really nice. Right, Tulloch. Thought they made the tea cake things, you know, as marshmallowy things. Yeah, we're not going to stop and do the whole token thing. We're just going to go in a hope that there's nothing coming the other way. How was work? I don't know, I've been there since last Friday. I did have someone from work leave me a happy birthday message on my phone earlier though. Corral Summit, 1,350 feet above sea level. How's the bloody bird? Annoying. Right, onwards. Evening Dorset, thank you very much. Did Psycho say happy birthday? He doesn't know what day of the week it is. I do tell him every morning what day it is, just in case he's interested. But, you know, anything interesting happened yet? No, we're all good. Nothing interesting ever happens. Okay, slightly downhill. You just joined, please do a two-tone. Can't in this, because there isn't. There's only a one. I can't yank my thing back. Why have they put this downhill section? Yeah, I tried playing my little shaft. You can only push it in one direction. It's quite a satisfying little shaft. Oh, we still got, yeah, I'm still going downhill. Certainly a bit, you know, out in the wilderness, isn't it? So where have we got? Hang on, where are we? So Tulloch, then Roy Bridge, Spean Bridge, Fort William, Banavie, Corpac, Lochell, Glenfinnan, Alsag, Morar and Mallaig. 67 miles to Mallaig. Blimey, that's a long way down there. We're not falling off down there, do we? Perhaps I should do some more like this. Normally there's long routes that I could do. I don't normally do them if they're too long for a stream. But I think splitting this in half has actually been quite enjoyable. So a 5.5 hour route over 2 streams. I think I might have to do that again. Sometimes I do struggle to find something that's around 2 hours. Hi, Hootman. So we get no stream tomorrow night. And nothing on Saturday this week because we've got our Discord meetup. But we'll be back on Sunday lunchtime with some farming, and it will be here tomorrow morning with some farming very, very early, around 7 a.m. Only for an hour or so. A little bit of a early morning farming. How far are we? We only left Rannoch 20 minutes ago. So we've still got about 2 hours. So expect to see in a Discord on Saturday many photos of buses and trains and things from the London Transport Museum. and also some sciencey stuff from the Science Museum. This is definitely a bit twisty. You want to see one of Crispy floating in the Thames. They probably think a whale has, you know, come up. That's definitely a bit downhill. I think these brakes work. Otherwise we would be a runaway train. Will I find a way to keep Purple Boy quiet on Saturday? I think no is going to be the answer there. I'll just send him off with Crispy. They can go and be train weirdos together. I think it's almost a bit of matchmaking going to go on there. Gaffer tape. I don't know. I feel sorry for more actually. It's definitely quite a lot of the downhill. There's definitely an amount of the downhill going on. Surely there's going to be a point where, you know, it's going to stop going downhill. There's quite long sections of single track, obviously, which is understandable. I wonder what the longest bit of single track is. Some of you train geeks are going to know that. What's the longest section of single track we've got in the UK? Shouldn't imagine it'd be that long. Well, this is what, just under like 9 miles. I don't know if it's all single track, but I would expect so. Oh, that was too much brake. Come off the brakes. God, imagine derailing there. You'd certainly get a bit wet. Yeah, it's definitely quite locky. Oh yeah, you know, with the limitations of you know, the graphics for Train Sim Classic, but although this is 3 different routes all stitched together, I do like doing long routes, even if it is in 2 parts. Oh dear, that was quite bad. I don't think Ducky swims. I think Ducky just more of like bobs about a bit. Oh, we get a 50 now. Yay. Put a bit of power in. Tunnel. Okay. Lights. Okay. Marker lights, compressor, tail lights, destination display. Instrument lights, that's what I was looking for. I wonder why, because I saved it, they were on. Decided to turn them off. Couldn't see. It's definitely quite tree lined, this route. Trees, water and hills seem to be the theme. Or water, hills and trees. As I say, this being, or a bit of this being in Train Sim World would be awesome, wouldn't it? If they just took an hour of this. There wouldn't be a lot going on. Or the first hour leaving Glasgow, maybe. I say, but I think that's the thing with Train Sim Classic. You almost forget about the graphical differences between this and Train Sim World. Once you get immersed into it, and the audio in this train's really good, and that makes all the difference. (2015) blimey, I think that's 8 years ago now. That's a long time in the gaming world. But there's again, that's the one big draw to Train Sim Classic. It's been out so long that there are so many routes. And that's the huge appeal for me. Say, I don't care that it doesn't look as good as Train Sim World. Right, Tulloch is the next stop. We're still descending. Bridge, slowly, slowly, slowly. Well, last time we passed a train going the other way. Been a while. I would have thought we'd have seen a couple on here. Right, Tulloch. where again it will say that I haven't unloaded any passengers. Like, no, sorry, it's not acceptable, we didn't unload any passengers. Well, no one got on or off, it's not my fault, is it? I cannot be blamed for the lack of passengers because we're up in the middle of bloody nowhere. Hi, Aaron. Right, I think Roy Bridge is the next one. It is. You did not allow passengers to board. Well, I did. Well, I think train swapping it would have been difficult because this scenario has the train splitting. Right, Roy Bridge is coming up. Okay, for those of you that may be new, we did a stream, blimey, 2 years ago? It'd be 3 years this July. 3 years ago this July. For the first time, did this line and came into Roy Bridge. And I made a comment on the stream that Roy Bridge sounds like, you know, some sort of failed actor. And it was during the second lockdown, I think, when we did it. So there's a few people watching, and it just spiraled from Roy Bridge being this failed actor to being, he was a short fella, and he played the third Ewok from the left in the Star Wars film, and he didn't get cast again in another film due to some, you know, undisclosed incidents, but ended up in a porn career and had a bit of a drinking habit. So it was just one of those streams where it just went completely sideways very, very quickly. I came into Roy Bridge. Did I ask first? Oh no, I haven't had any cake. Don't mention cake. I am cakeless. So yeah, the Roy Bridge bit is definitely one of those sections of a stream that I can recommend watching. Jamaican ginger cake. I haven't got any. I have no cake. Closest I've got is some Pringles, and you know, they're not classed as cake. I'm cakeless. Oh blimey, more of the downhill going on. Slowly. Pringles do not equate to cake. Fact. Well then I won't have Pringles then. I got a tin of rice pudding. How about that? Does rice pudding count as cake? It's puddingy. Oh blimey, you're slowing down to a 30. That's quite slow as a speed. It always feels too fast, 50 mile an hour. Can he do it, Captain? Can he go any faster? He may or may not have purchased a big bag of sweeties in Tesco's. Yeah, I don't really do sweets. You've got no cake. Well, that's quick. Someone dial 999 Russell is out of cake. I did actually, no, I bought something. When did I buy that? That was Tesco's yesterday. I wanted something to munch in the car today and Saturday, and I bought caramel Kit Kats, a caramel chunky Kit Kat. Oh my god, where have they been all my life? I munched one when wandering this morning, and they are very, very nice. Jelly babies aren't. We love Twitch. We absolutely love Twitch. Well, it's not Twitch actually, it's Streamlabs. We love Streamlabs. I need to find an alternative to Streamlabs. Right, Roy Bridge, 2.2 miles. I wonder if many people commute on these routes. You know, some of the outlying routes will actually get commuters, but you wouldn't commute all the way to Glasgow on this, would you? I wonder what their main usage is. Whether it's just people going from village to village, whether it's tourists or walkers, not the crisps, the people. You're happy to replace Crispy as a mod. Well, you know, it used to be that, you know, when they were around, mods would, you know, watch some of the stream. I don't expect everybody to watch all of the stream, but, you know, the fact that he's just sat there on his computer, because, you know, what else has he got going on in his life? Doesn't even pop in to say hello. At least Larwood pops in and out. But we can't talk about that. It's a PG stream. If Ethan becomes a mod, you'll change your name to Gandhi. Oh, hang on, that's the button. Reusal. It's written there. How can you get it wrong when it's written there? This is me. Oh, I was listening to that. I had some tunes on going up and down to New Forest, and I thought I put it on random, but ended up with the whole of the Greatest Showman soundtrack on. Coming back home, and just say there was a bit of singing going on. Right, into Roy Bridge. Yeah, I got an hour and a half in the car on the way to London Saturday morning, so that'll be the same playlist going, and then sort of a few hours coming back. Right, we have arrived at Roy Bridge. That's quite horny. Yeah, so don't forget, I'll be back here tomorrow morning for those early risers, about 7 a.m. Yeah, I know. I wanted to get a stream in. I can't stream the rest of the day. But yeah, only for an hour or so tomorrow morning on the farm, doing a bit of early morning farming. And then nothing then till Sunday lunchtime. So no stream on Saturday. I could do a screenshot of Roy Bridge, couldn't I? I could just put that with a Roy Bridge in. Why not 5 a.m. till 9? Because I won't be... Well, I probably will be awake at 5 a.m, but I'm not going to be streaming at 5 a.m. Right, Spean Bridge is next. Roy's cousin. I'm sure this is the AP version of the 156. I was awake at 3:30 the other day. It was about 5 this morning. And only had one coffee before I left to go to the New Forest. So that's what it... I'm down on caffeine. Does it have destination blinds? What this? There's nothing on them. Don't think so. No, I'd say. It's probably set by the scenario. Oh, okay. It sounds good. So the AP one must be better then. I'm going to have to look and see if I've got the AP one. One of your magazines from October 2020. You can't take Big Boys Monthly on the train with you. Well, unless you put it inside a cover from another magazine. It's a good idea. Right, whistly. It definitely's got the feeling about, you know, being out in the middle of nowhere, isn't it? I think this is probably the, well, it is, isn't it, the most remote part of the UK, because even like North Wales or Mid Wales lines, you're not far from anything. I don't think there's this much, well, remoteness. That's a word. Remoteness. You can tell it's in the middle of nowhere by the fact that it is. Indeed. I love that guy's videos. He's probably one of my favourite YouTubers at the moment. Is Nico looking forward to the Simpson Stuff tour tomorrow? Oh, have I got a route planned? I was looking for famous things about Swindon, and forgot totally that the band Oasis is named after the Oasis Leisure Centre here in town, which is now closed. So that's that's on the tour. Right, Spean Bridge approaching. Which is Roy's second cousin, not the one he had accidentally had sex with. That was his first cousin. Roy's second cousin is Spean Bridge. I mean, I sell it so well, it's amazing. Yeah, oh, it is completely derelict now. It's a shame because I went there as a kid. It is a brilliant leisure centre, but it just wasn't used. I think the dome itself is, I don't know if it's, what's the word, where it's got some national importance, but there's talk about putting a ski slope in there. Listed, that's the word. Yeah, oh, it was always busy. The thing is, we've also got the swimming baths in town, which was put there in the 18th century for the railway workers. So that's still there. Yeah, the railway works are still there. That's the outlet village now, shopping centre. Oh, the link centre's awful. I used to go to the, it used to be called Milton Road. I always remember it because when you went in, you got given a basket to put your clothes in. The changing rooms had no doors on them. So it's like a big communal changing area, which when you're a, you know, when you're a child or a teenager, it can be quite intimidating. So you get changed, you put your clothes back in the basket and go and give it back to this guy who then just sticks it on a shelf somewhere. And it was always bloody cold. And it used to be a regular thing. We used to go swimming in town, and we used to walk home because, you know, money, and get a cup of Bovril from the vending machine. It was always it was one of those traditions, right? Been swimming, get changed, you know, walk home with your towel under your arm, with your Speedos in, and then walk with a cup of Bovril. It was about like a 45-50 minute walk back home. I did not allow the passengers to board the train at Spean Bridge. Right, Fort William next. Quite close. We appear to be going backwards. Now we're going forwards now. So yeah, Ed and Nico have got a stunning tour of Swindon to look forward to. Well, it depends on if we break Nico's PC or not, because he's bringing his computer down for us to upgrade it. So if that all goes swimmingly, or if not, it could be a long day uninstalling and reinstalling everything on his computer. Is he driving Anne Laurie to Sindow? What? There was... Okay. I've got Ed's potato. No, he got given that in December, which he still hasn't built. Yeah, they were. All the letters, but I'm playing all the right letters, just not necessarily in the right order. Hang on, is this one of those things now where it's saying Fort William's in less than a mile, but it's actually not? Fort William, 8 miles. Okay. It's a glitch of the system. Oh well, it's fine. I just keep my eye on it. Well, because I played around with my microphones, my other mixing desk the other day, I'm going to have to get Ed back down here again. I'm going to see what he's doing at Easter. And I'll get him to sit in the hot seat and do a golfing stream or something. Who is this William? He's got a fort. We should be envious of William's fort. Okay, 70 mile an hour seems way too quick for this. I can see me speeding. Okay, I'm scared now. If there's a bend down here, I'm getting really worried. What's the maximum speed of this thing? 75. So on a single track line in Scotland, where there's bends, I'm going to be near the maximum speed. I'm scared. Definitely scared. This is where I failed to do the single track thing, and there's a train coming the other way. 69 miles an hour. Use the power of the brake, Luke. The force is strong in this one. Oh God. Okay, yeah, you wouldn't be walking about in the train going around here. That's a bit cornery. Okay, this feels too fast. This is scary. I don't like it. This stream sponsored by manscaping.com. I want that one. Okay, yeah, it's like train rallying. See, I think that was too quick through there. That was way too quick through there. 40? No, I said 60. 40 is just down here. I'm guessing it's an extremely sharp bend. Or only just got beat by the speedy thing. Yeah, that is quite bendy. To have an anchor on board. Oh, anchor. Yeah, okay. No. You should tell Railway Scotland about a corner being too cornery. Excuse me, Scotland Railway people. There's a corner back there. It's too cornery. Can you do something about that, please? It just all seems to be downhill. We're going to end up below sea level at this point. Oh, you imagine tweeting them. Excuse me, I've just done a virtual run from Glasgow to Mallaig, and some of the corners are quite cornery. Can you sort them out, please? Speeding? No. You actually meet the sea at Mallaig. Well, there's a port there, isn't there? So that would make sense, rather than it be up a mountain, because, you know, getting ships up there it'd be quite difficult. There's an aluminium smelter reverse down here. I'm guessing there's some aluminium smelters. That's aluminium, not aluminum. There's another eye in there. More power. It still amazes me it's going to take as long as it's going to take. So we're due here at 12:08. We've got another hour and a half to go. Blimey McCharlie. What about aluminium smelter forward? That's very direction biased. Oh, you've always got to reverse in gently. So that's down there then, is the aluminium smelter. We're now approaching Fort William. On arrival, open the doors and change ends in preparation for continuing the journey to Mallaig. Oh, we've got to switch ends. Half time, change ends. So I'm guessing we go back up that aluminium smelter then. Unless we go up here. Or up there. We'll find out. So I've got to fork off to the right. Oh, there's a bridge. I've got to fork off. No, fork off. Don't go straight, fork off. None of you forking about. Fork off, exactly. You heard something different. You want to get headphones checked. Fork handles. Handles for forks. Right, we are now arriving at Fort William. Not wearing headphones. Well, yeah, I still get them checked. Got any peas? Got any O's? Oh, that is such a good sketch. That's when comedy was proper comedy. Seen any haggis yet? No, we're not high enough up. O's, no, guard nose. Right, we have arrived at Fort William. I've got to go into reverse cowboy now and switch ends. There we go. Oh, hello. I appear to have stopped the engine. Stop the pigeon. Tail light. Headlight. I did not allow passengers to board. Well, whose bloody fault's that? Just jump on. The first word here is O's. Hang on, I've got to open the windows this side now, haven't we? So we can actually, you know. There we go. Right, Banner V. I need a guard, Nico. Yeah. The plan is to do some more of that next week, but in the other one, in the SCR thing. Could you trust Nico as a guard? That's only because you were grumpy, Russell, when you were trying to do it. It was quite funny for us, though. You're gonna have to sit on the roof. It's not his fault we can't see out of any of the windows. That's true. It's gonna be quite funny seeing him in his car. He used to have a Corsa. You know, it's the sort of right-sized car for short people. He's got a Mondeo now. He must have the seat all the way up, all the way forward, and, you know, sit on like a booster seat or something. It's a long time at 15 miles. Well, I suppose the same amount of times it was coming in. Grumpy when you're trying to do it, you're always grumpy. Well, there is that. So I'm guessing we're into the third route now then. Fort William to Mallaig. I wish there was more of this. I think the first one I did of these was it Bedford to Brighton that was stitched together. I really enjoyed that. What's wrong with your leg? I've got this rash at the top. A lot of chafing going on right at the top. Yeah, how many more are there? What other bits have been stitched together? I'll have to have a look, see if there's anything like this I've not done before. Because it is really enjoyable, and as I said earlier, now I can sort of trust it saving and then carrying on. I'll certainly do some longer routes and split them up. The West Coast Main Line merge. Yeah. Still got to work out what we do after this. I'd like to do the return journey, but not come back the same way. So this bit we're going to have to do, isn't it? Going to have to do back to Glasgow, but we can do that over like 3 streams. Back to Didcot. Flight from up north. Could do a flight starting at Mallaig train station in a hairy chopper. Right, Banavie is approaching. Why would anyone want to go to Didcot? Let alone about 6 times in a row. Is that red? That was close. That was very close. It's fine. My perfect train driving skills. What does it mean we're following a train? Didcot to Whitney ain't very far. Right, we have arrived at Banavie. Corpac, which I'm probably pronouncing wrong. Where's my marker lights? Oh, for God's sake. I didn't do the switch. Hang on. Hang on. There. Happy? Because that makes all the difference with people not being able to see the train. Five? Oh, because over the bridge thing. Over the lock. Where's my instrument lights? Well, they were on. Oh, because we changed ends, haven't we? Hang on. There. That must be quite cool. My radioactive water, I still don't know why that is a thing. It's obviously something I installed has caused that. That was a noise. Oh, speeding. 5 miles an hour just seems so slow, doesn't it? Right, 40. Come on. That bloody noise is still going. Guessing that's because we've crossed the bridge. The bridge over the River Ed. Right. Finally, the beeping stopped. Right, Corpac is in 3/4 of a mile. In fact, there it is appearing on the bottom of the thing now. A slightly downhill motion. So Corpac, Lochel, Glenfinnan. There, Morar. So we've only got 38 miles to go, and it's still going to take another, what, hour and 10 minutes. It's definitely not a rapid line. Well, it's quite chilled though, isn't it? Sometimes rushing about at things isn't always the best. Sometimes you've got to take it easy with Cadbury's Caramel. Right, into Corpac we come. Okay, that was a view. Oh, that's not annoying. That's definitely not annoying. So is that a lock between locks? Is that a lock? So you go into the lock, then into the lock, and then into the lock to go into the lock. With my multicoloured water. That's just bizarre. Yeah, not annoying. Definitely not annoying. You did not allow passengers to board, but I did. Right, onwards. To Loch Eel, slowly. Very slowly. So at some point, well, near Glenfinnan, we're going to be going over the Glenfinnan Viaduct. Oh, now you bloody speed me up, awkward bastard. If it's a lock between a lock, clearly it's a barrel. Oh, it could be. Isn't that a thing you put wine in? Or whiskey or rum? Didn't know Glenn had a fin. He's known as Finn Glenn. That's what you get when dolphins have sex with humans. Or the other way around. Oh god, another crossing. Imagine living near a crossing. Isn't that a mermaid? They're just female though, aren't they? Can you get a merman? Well, you can get a merman, I suppose. Why is it a maid and a man? Why isn't it a mer woman? Oh wow, that's many crossings. Sounds like a police car. Well, thank you very much for those. Mer person. Oh yeah. Yeah, tomorrow I may identify as a mer person. On Saturday I may identify as a tree. So Lochiel outward bound. A meh person, yeah. Pretty much, I am Groot. Pretty much describes me, actually. Identifies a cardboard box in the rain. I think whoever came up with the idea of Groot and the fact that the only thing he ever says is, I am Groot, is just quality. Who's going to be the clown this weekend? Well, Nico's got the clown trousers. We are Groot. Don't know what the next film is where he's going to be back in it. That's some slow moving traffic. Haha, the train's quicker. Guardians 3. Okay. Hopefully they improve, because the last couple of Marvel films have been pretty awful. Actually, I didn't mind the Ant-Man ones. So, but yeah, I won't go to the cinema to watch it. I might... that's not a bad shout, actually. I might actually do that. It's probably about £94.50 now to go and see it at the cinema. Oh, no one buys snacks. You just eat before you go to the cinema, and that's it. If you can't survive 3 hours without food, then there's something wrong with you. And you get the people, don't you, that as soon as the film starts, they get up and have a pee. It's like, well, why didn't you go before you sat down? I'm always there before the adverts come on. It's like doors open at 20 to 7. I'm there. I'm at the cinema at 6:30. Right, we have arrived at Lochiel. Very short platform, this one. Okay, anybody in the rear carriage won't be doing the getting off thing at this one then. But don't go in that water, it's radioactive. Radioactive. Right, go via Lochiel side. We can do the forward thing? Yes, we are. That's why I just prefer watching films at home, because you don't get disturbed by anybody. You don't have anybody sat eating around you. You don't get people coughing and on their phones, and it's like, no, I'll just wait till it comes out on Blu-ray normally, or on a streaming service, and then I'll watch it. So you can watch it when you want. Yeah, I've got all of the Marvel films so far on Blu-ray. See, I don't get that, see? I just get, well, the occasional tweeting from the budgie during something. If something gets loud, he gets excited. Well, go before you go in. It's quite simple. And don't drink. Don't drink for like an hour before you go in, and then go before you leave the house, or go before you go in the screen. Simples. And don't buy, you know, a 25-gallon thing of Coke that no one ever finishes. It's like, you know, trains now, in there, they've all got toilets on board. It's like, how did we cope on a long journey before there were toilets? You just coped. Well, it is winter, Wanless. It may reappear in the summer when the weather gets a bit warmer. Well, yeah, indeed, CN. I say I'm buying them all on Blu-ray because one day I'll go back and watch them all again. On my many list of many things to watch again. Currently rewatching them chronologically. Yeah, when I watched them in the correct order. Well, you can be really quite. You can watch them all in the proper storyline order, including the series, can't you? So you can then watch certain episodes of certain series, then watch a film, then go back and watch more episodes of the series, then go watch another film. So you can actually get it in the storyline order. Right, go via Lochiel side, platform 1. Don't stop at it. Hogwarts Legacy? No. I've seen it advertised. It seems interesting. I said I've just finished Stranger Things. Watched the final one yesterday. So I've just caught up with that. That was awesome. I was very late to the party on that one. Yeah, season 4. Slightly disappointed by the ending. Right, a bit more power. Alright, so we're not stopping here. It's like Camborne on a Wednesday. Yeah, I dabbled in a bit of D&D when I was younger. We had one lad that used to spend all week setting up a quest, and we'd go there on a sort of Saturday night. Inevitably, because I was rubbish, I'd get killed. Yeah, that was a bit... It was good, but it was a bit odd. The ending was a bit dragged out. But yeah, I'm looking forward to season 5. Yeah, there's loads of good stuff at the moment on TV. The Last of Us I've been watching as well. That is really, really good. And Hunters is brilliant. That's very good. Oh, bit of speeding. What, Will? Yeah, Will. It's been confirmed that Will's character in Stranger Things is gay, and you could tell anyway. You're not watching Last of Us till you completed the games. But yeah, so whether anything will happen with that in the 5th season. Last of Us is a Tomb Raider ripoff. It's very well done though. I said the last episode I watched, episode 3 of The Last of Us, the storyline was, well, actually really, really touching. Really, really good. But yeah, there's loads of good stuff out there at the moment. Obviously got Drive to Survive back soon. Clarkson's Farm is tomorrow, isn't it? I'm not sure about that. I did watch the trailer to season 2 and I didn't find anything funny in the trailer. So I hope it's not a series that's just all staged stuff. There were bits of that in the first one. I just hope the second one's better. I probably won't get a chance to watch any until Sunday. Yeah, he's got cows now. Season 1 I thought was good. The only odd episode in season 1 was where Caleb went into London. That was very set up and very staged. I think they almost used that because they'd recorded it and had to shove it in somewhere. Right, so we're only 2 miles from Glenfinnan. So the viaduct used in the Harry Potter films. Yeah, we said this, well I said this last night. Clarkson, I don't know, I didn't mind him on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. He did quite well on that, I think. Hammond has failed, really. That Desert Island thing was just rubbish. I couldn't get more than 10 minutes into the first episode. I tried to watch his first series of his car restoration thing, but that was just him repairing cars that belong to mates. So I haven't bothered with the second season of that. The only person out of those 3 that has done, anything and it's been brilliant has been James May. His cooking show, fantastic. His Our Man in Japan, fantastic. The Italy one, brilliant. His repair things, brilliant. I think anything he does is just gold. I think the difference is he doesn't come across as being big-headed. Yeah, I've got all of those. I've got all of his shows, the Toy Stories ones, the Reassembler ones, the Our Man in his cooking one. He's recorded another season of the cooking one. So I've really enjoyed that. I nearly bought his cookbook, actually. And I don't do cooking. Right, 1.5 miles to Glenfinnan. And there it is. The viaduct. The one in Harry Potter. That is quite a brilliant bit of engineering, you've got to say it. We don't build bridges like that anymore. Once swapped a bottle of Glenfiddich whiskey for a Lanian what? Okay. The viaduct will outlive every single one of the bridges and houses that have been made in the last 50 years. Oh god, yeah. Good evening. Good evening. Albanian. Albanian is what you were going for, I'm guessing. Right, single yellow. Into Glenfinnan. Oh, there's a train. Into Glenfinnan. We're only running 4 minutes late. That's not bad, actually. Well, not bad for me. The thing is, everything now is built to a price. As someone that works within the construction industry, it is. Whereas there, it was built for a purpose, not built for a price. That's the difference between modern architecture and old architecture. It has been like that since the end of the wars. Right, go via Loch Elort. in 9 miles. Don't forget, tomorrow I'm going to be back here early, well, in about 11.5 hours time. In fact, about 7 a.m. I'm going to be here tomorrow morning, only for an hour or so, to do a bit of early morning farming. Won't be here on Saturday because we got our Discord meetup in that there London. But then we're back on Sunday lunchtime with some more farming, and then back to our regular scheduled programming next week on Tuesday. Getting rid of return train tickets, really? Didn't know that was the thing. That's it. I don't watch the news. I don't have the radio on in the car. I haven't been on Twitter this week because I've been off work. And I've been getting up before my 6 o'clock radio comes on in the bedroom, so I haven't heard any news all week. Obviously heard about the earthquake. Right, 40 limit. So we've got go via Loch-ar-Loit, go via Beesdale, pick up there, and 24 miles from Mallaig. I suppose from a ticketing point of view, it's easier, isn't it? Your ticket will only be for the place you're going. They can have more control then over whether people actually travel on the trains. This has actually been a really, really enjoyable route, and I've still got 35 miles to go. Yeah, 5.5 hours in total. Hi Barry. From Glasgow to Mallaig. Yeah, and obviously split ticketing is becoming more common now, isn't it, with longer journeys. You know, the Trainline app will actually tell you the cheapest option. Well, I know it's not in the train company's interest to do that, but blimey. We've got a project at work running in central London at the moment, and it's easier sometimes for a couple of people to go up for meetings on the train, and it was like £360 the other day for 2 people on a return to London. My argument was, surely at that cost it's cheaper to drive. I was like, well, it's time. It could take you a couple of hours to get out of London, whereas you don't get that hassle. So you know, the money is worth paying for the time. Yeah, and I used to go up and down to Birmingham. It was a similar price. When I used to go to Birmingham on a Friday from here every Friday and come back on a Sunday, it wasn't too dissimilar in price to get, if I could leave work early, it used to be like a 2 p.m. coach, National Express, or I'd get the train. And they were very similar in price. Now they're not. I'm doing good tonight. Alright, slowing it down. Very much. That will get me a coffee in that there London on well, actually just about, I should imagine, in London on Saturday morning. I should probably need that. I need to see if there's a coffee place near Rickmansworth station. Get one before I get on the tube. It's definitely a bit downhill. Yeah, not going to Paddington. Yeah, travelling into Rickmansworth. What goes up must come down. Depends how many of those little blue pills you've taken. Yeah, this has been an utterly brilliant route. Should have done this years ago. There's a road down there. I'd stick a whole pack of them. You'd probably die, actually. Because it's a blood thing, isn't it? Hi, Gary. Right, so we've got to go via. So we're only, where are we? We're 20 miles now from our final destination. That's some multicoloured lock water. What you should do is, you want cheap coffee in London, is to get some of the pre-mixed pouches and go to a coffee place and ask for a cup of hot water. Not that tight. I actually need to look and see if there's somewhere either at Rickmansworth station or near Rickmansworth station so I can get a coffee before I get on the thing, because I'm leaving here about 20 past 6 on Saturday morning. There's tube all the way in to St Pancras. Then it's find somewhere for breakfast, probably McDonald's. Then to Covent Garden. Leaving your house at 5:15. Things we do for a meet-up. Yeah, I left at that sort of time when we did York. I got home at, what, 10 o'clock at night. Yes, indeed, I remember York. Russell's still got a numb bum from York. Oh yeah, Russell, you need to confirm your availability for Bus Fest. I want to get that booked in as a thing. Can you ask what's happening? I'm driving a train from Glasgow to Mallaig. He framed the ticket. As much ever spent on a train ticket. That was ridiculously expensive. My multicoloured water. It was done in 2 parts. This is part 2. Part 1 we got to Rannoch. So Glasgow to Rannoch with a bit of a false start, but you know, we got there. And then this part 2 being Rannoch to Mallaig. There's nothing open in Rickmansworth till like 7 or 8. Well, that's 7's good because I'm getting the 8 o'clock tube. I'll see if there's a drive-through Starbucks on the way in or something. I will have a Google after the stream, and then also search on the internet. I went on the internet and I found this. No. This is, I think the theme of this journey is definitely twisted. Wow. That's up on a thing. If you're available for Bus Fest. Awesome. That's the, was it 3rd of July, isn't it? 2nd or 3rd? First. It was close. Right. Put it in your diary. It's a thing. I will do a thing in the Discord, and I'm guessing a ticket to be on sale. If they're not already, they probably will be soon. Right, 35 limit coming up, then we've got to go via. We're not actually stopping at the place ahead of us. We're going via it. That's what go via means. It means you're not stopping, you're going via. It's in the title and everything. I think this has been the perfect train for this as well. Right, 35 through the station. What a very chilled way to end the day of birth. Don't know why we couldn't have stopped there. Could have put it in as a stop, surely. I'll go via Beesdale as well. Exactly. I'll be 25 then. That's just scary. Their request stops. But how did they know no one was going to be there? Someone might have been there with their arm shoved out. I think with technology nowadays, there'd be something on the station you could do and pre-warn the train that you're going to be at it. That's definitely quite cornery. There's a corner thing going on there. I think a vast majority of this route has been single track, and I've sort of got used to it now. I think it's made even better by the fact that there's the 3 routes linked together with this. Each individual one is good. I wasn't a fan of doing it with the loco horde, I think because of the speed, but in this it's actually been quite enjoyable. That's definitely, you wouldn't want to be up wandering around the carriages, would you? On a normal, like, intercity run, you don't get bends this sharp. There's a bus festival in the Peterborough area in May. Yeah, we're going to do the bus fest at Gaydon 1st of July. So I'm trying to do something each month. Obviously, exception of January. So we got me up in London this week. March, I'll do something. I definitely want to do something over Easter. I don't know what yet. May, I've got a concert down in Bournemouth. June, we've got our trip across to the Isle of Wight on the hovercraft. July then will be Bus Fest. June, she's a lovely woman. Got to convince Nico that a hovercraft isn't a boat. He doesn't like boats, so hasn't committed to coming to the Isle of Wight. Exactly. He doesn't like planes either. That's the problem. Well, that's a curve. Oh, braking. I think I actually watched a video on it yesterday. Some Japanese or Chinese guy doing it. It's currently the only passenger hovercraft service in the world until this year when China launches one. But yeah, he went across on it. It's 10 minutes. I've never been on it. I've seen it come and go so many times. I've never been on it. It's like 35 quid return. So it's go across, go on the White Line, the Isle of Wight railway thing. The plan was originally just to go across on the hovercraft and come back on the ferry. Because that docks at Portsmouth. And then you can just, it's quite a nice walk then from Portsmouth back to Southsea. Right, so you've got to go via Beesdale, pick up passengers from there, then Morar is, where the hell's that? Over there, and then Mallaig is 11 miles away now. We're getting closer, which is a good thing really, because if we were getting further away there'd be an issue there. Just such a relaxing route. Actually makes me even more like chilled and in no hurry whatsoever. Yeah, foot passengers not cheap to the Isle of Wight. And that it's the most expensive ferry crossing in the world, isn't it? For the distance that you're covering. But there are options coming back. You've got the Fast Cat, you've got the White Link ferry, obviously as a hovercraft, so there are options. Right, so going via Beesdale. So we used to do a lot of cross-channel trips when I was a kid, and I do remember going across. It was a regular thing to be a foot passenger from Dover to Calais was like £1. I remember on a few of the crossings we didn't even have to get off, because you could get like a, it wasn't really a passport, it was like a day's passport, because I remember my sister coming and she didn't have a passport but came across from Dover to Calais. Actually it might not have been Calais, it might have been Boulogne. It was somewhere, because she'd never been to France, she'd never been out of the country, and so she asked permission of one of the guys on the boat if she could go down the gangplank and stand on the quay and then come back on again, so that she could say she'd stood in France. Right, 2.6 miles to our next stop. Because we've done go vias on the last couple, I've forgotten how to do the stopping thing. Yeah, yearly passports are a thing. I think I've got still my parents' yearly passport. So it's like a brown card thing. Yeah, blimey. Tractor. I remember being on holiday. Where was I? I might have been down in Cornwall. No, Torquay or Goodrington. Down there for a fortnight with someone, and we decided, spur of the moment, to do the Plymouth to Roscoff ferry trip. But then neither of us had our passports on us because we didn't think of that going down to Goodrington. So we got in the car one morning, drove back home, and I remember coming into the house, Mum and Dad were just sat there like, what the hell are you doing home? So I've already come and got my passport. Like, what? Right, literally went upstairs, got a passport, went back in, see you then. Drove to his house, got his passport, jumped back on the motorway and drove back down to Goodrington. And then had booked to go across to Roscoff. Like 6-hour round trip just to come and get our passports. Right, next station approaching. Well, it's not approaching, we're approaching it. Around that bend somewhere. Nearly there. Are we nearly there? Yeah, just round this next bend. It won't be long. You lost your phone. Can we trun around? I'm guessing turn was what you were going for there, instead of trun. I don't think it's a frequent service. Imagine missing your train. Yeah, I do need to look at AP stuff, because there's a few of the AP things I haven't got. So I will have a look at AP stuff. And yeah, I am going to make the return. I think I've got to. I've got to go back to Glasgow, but we can do it as 3 separate journeys, potentially. Ah, that well-known Travis song, Trun, Trun, Trun. Right, I think this means we got 2 stops to go after this. Yeah, 2 to go. Now it's because you're old, Russell. Not as old as me. I'm 24. I'll think about that for a second. Don't you call me boy. Hey boys, meet girls. Superstar DJ. Here we go. That was a tune. Right, 2 stops to go. It's time for Jelly Baby. I think it's time for Jelly Baby. It's always time for Jelly Baby. Right, 4.7 miles. Sounded horny. What, me or the train? Definitely not me. I'm too tired for that. Both. Really? There, you got the energy to sit upright. Yeah, I've definitely really enjoyed this route, really enjoyed this train. I never used to be a fan of the trains with little porthole windows, but this actually isn't too small a porthole. And the fact that it's diesel as well. You can kneel down, you know. Well, there's a thought that's now in my head. Thanks for that. Captain, darling. Why was that beeping at me? What's going on there? Don't you go doing the beeping at me thing. You can't be seeing a train coming the other way, surely. We can't be behind anything. We passed one a couple of stations ago. That's definitely quite bendy as we're approaching the end. Fair play to I know this is 3 different routes we've done, and it was what, 8 years old, but fair play to whoever did this. It really wants me to do more stitched together routes. You do that, Russell. Enjoy. See me at 7 AM. I'll be here. There's something special on the farm that I'm going to try and not show until the end. There's a teaser. It will only be about, well, hour and a half maximum stream tomorrow morning. Probably an hour, something an hour and a half. So I won't be here that long. Right, slight downhill. Nope, not downhill. So 2 miles from our penultimate stop and 4.7 miles from our final stop. I just realised I'm facing backwards now. Don't like that. Got to be facing forwards. Got to see where you're going, not see where you've been. Right, so we've got a 30, then a 15, then back to a 30. Face the way I've travelled, a bit odd the other way around. Well, yeah, you're just looking at their feet. Sorry, what? Slowly. Is when up, yeah, coming back from York, I was fine. Here to London was fine. London to York, reserved seat, that was facing forward. Coming back, I was facing forward into London, but I had a reserved seat from Paddington to Swindon, and that was facing backwards. Right, so in we come to Morat. Slowly. Our penultimate stop. Across the road. Oh, I thought across the road twice then. That'd be really inconvenient if you're in a car. Right, our penultimate halt. And then finally on to Mallaig. The final stop is ahead of us. Well, it's somewhere around. I did not allow passengers to board. Yeah, I know. Okay, that was going backwards briefly. Yeah, that's not encouraging. If you live there, you'd only go to Glasgow once a year. I often thought I don't think I'd like village life. But yeah, wandering about in the New Forest this morning, I think I could live somewhere, because being someone that, you know, doesn't like leaving the house, I think you would. You'd go out for a walk every day, wouldn't you? But then you'd only go to the shop once a week, local supermarket or whatever. I'd be quite happy with that. I will be retiring down to where I was today. That's where I'm going to end up. Right, 2 and a bit miles to go. So yeah, we will be making the return journey from Mallaig back down to Penzance. It's only a week's actually taken us. I don't know when we started it. Was it November? December? It's only been quite a few legs. If I'd have been a professional, I'd have done it as a, you know, a series thing on YouTube, but you know, I don't do things like that. It does look really good. Even for Train Sim Classic, it looks really good. Right, slowing down. It's that excitement bit in it after a really long journey. Like if you travel back somewhere, it's that final bit before you arrive home. Like for me, it was like driving back from Cornwall. It was the penultimate bit was getting on the M4 from the M5, and then it was that bit when you come up the slip road at your junction. It's like nearly home. Right, we are approaching the end. is quite literally the end of the line. And that is, oh God, that is quite literally the end of the line. Where I was going to say I failed because I didn't have any passengers on. Yeah, I'll even turn the engine off. Give the engine a well-deserved break. You did not complete the scenario successfully. Well, I did, but you just didn't think I did because I was late. But there we go. We did it. 5 hours, 22 minutes. 173 miles. You wouldn't think it'd take that long to do that sort of distance, would you? But there we go. Next time we will make the return journey. We'll certainly have to go back to Glasgow. So we'll do that return journey. Different trains, making our way back. And then at Glasgow, we'll see what we can do that's a little bit different. But that'll be coming up, not this coming Tuesday, Tuesday after trains back. Doing something different this coming Tuesday because I've done trains twice this week. And this week's been a bit all over the place. We'll be changing things up next week, then back to normal the week after. So thank you to you lot in chat that kept me company throughout part 1 and part 2. I really enjoyed that. That was very, very chilled. I will be back with another stream tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Yeah, I know. Only about an hour and a half to do some farming. And then back again after that on Sunday. With some more farming. Not here on Saturday because of our Discord meetup thingy. So thanks to you lot in chat for keeping me company for the last 2.5 hours, and to this lot as well. So thank you to Trent for the kind donation and for the bits, and to Unwell for the bits. I'm not thanking Crispy because he doesn't watch. To Nightbot and Trent for moderating and doing none of that. Thank you very, very much. Indeed. There we go then. I'll be back at 7 o'clock in the morning to do some of the farming thing. Until then, if you have been, thanks very much for watching.